Do you have a lot of redness like this? Today we're gonna be testing out the Erborian CC Red Corrector. I'm gonna be doing an in-depth review on this, sharing my thoughts, letting you know if this is worth it or not, especially if you do have lots of redness like this, rosacea, sensitive skin. We're gonna see who this may work best for, so keep watching. So you can purchase this from Ulta. You can also purchase this from Sephora. I was sent this by Erborian, so thank you so much, Erborian, for sending this over because it allows me to create content para mis bonitas. This does retail for $46. Now you can get a smaller size that has 0.5 ounces for $26. I will let you bonitas know I have tried this on for my short content. Also tried it on yesterday, and I wanted to really develop thoughts before I came on here to give you a good review. I'll also share how this wears by the end of the day so you can see it. I'm gonna first start off with skincare with this product. The reason being is because Erborian also sent over the Scintilla Red Serum, and it looks like this. And this is supposed to be really nice for redness, very sensitive, friendly for redness. This is a very lightweight consistency. It also is green. And we're just gonna put this all over. Again, you wanna start off with your lightest layers and then go on top with the thickest skincare products. I do wanna point out, if you're seeing my redness right now, it is because I'm tapping my face. Whenever I tap the face is when you can see the most redness on the skin. I'm gonna be putting this all over. Very pretty product. It also has a nice tacky consistency. So a little bit about the serum is that it visibly reduces redness appearance. It hydrates, it soothes skin in just 24 hours. The green formula visibly neutralizes redness appearance and combines expert ingredients including 2% Scintilla asiatica and bisabolol. See, once I pressed it in and let it kind of sit for a minute, that redness that I used from pressing disappears. Definitely does feel hydrated, but it doesn't leave like a glowy look to the skin. I feel like sometimes when you go in with super hydrating products, they have like that leftover glow. No, this one immediately melted into the skin and provided a really good, nice hydrated look without looking dewy or glowy. Now I'm going to go in with the Innisfree Green Tea Hyaluronic Cream. This has been the moisturizer that I've been using every day. I have very little of this left, but this has been fantastic, especially for this super cold winter. We need that extra hydration, and this absolutely provides us with that extra hydration that is very essential. I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over like so. And the reason why I also wanted to include skincare in this video is not only because I wanted to share this product that is from Erborian that could potentially go well with the CC cream, but also because I do find that when you go in with something like a color corrector like this, it typically is just going to do the job of neutralizing that redness. It's not really going to do anything else. So you really want to make sure that your skin prep is really good so that this product works well with the products that you put on before. I do feel like with this product, if you don't want it to like get stuck to certain parts of your skin or textures, you do want to make sure that you go in and really do a nice skincare routine beforehand so that it doesn't apply like funky on top of the skin. That's why I wanted to also prioritize just applying these two products on the skin. We're gonna go ahead and get started with this. Now, in case you're wondering, oh, where's your SPF? This does contain SPF 25. This product, from what I've seen on short content platforms like TikTok, when I see people apply this, they apply a good amount of this product and then they just blend it in and it like is perfect. I will say those people that I have seen videos that have done that and it just blends right into their complexion are more fair skinned than I am. So I feel like it doesn't give as much of like a white cast or like a tint. I feel like when I went in with a lot of product in my short, it took a lot to really blend it out, and you can see the difference between my skin complexion. I will say less is more with this, so I'm just gonna take a little bit like that, no more than that, and I'm really gonna target this in the areas of my cheek. As you can see, it has that green tint, and as you're applying it, a lot of the people that I see applying this product do use their fingers. It's a very creamy product, so it blends well with the fingers. It's as if you were using a moisturizer, that type of consistency, so don't worry about that. But you can see what I mean. Like, you have to really go in and blend it if you are like medium tan skin and deeper, because it's not going to match your complexion like the other Erborian correctors do that are tinted, that like match your skin complexion and you're good to go. This one doesn't do that. So for some people, you could get away just using this on its own and really matching your complexion. For others, I do feel like it gives a pretty light tint. So you just want to keep that in mind. Now, this is me going in with less product. The other time that I used it, I went in with a lot more and I was like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever to blend. Right now, it didn't take that long to blend. I feel like it blended out pretty well. So that's a good thing. And you can see, again, it's still not the perfect match, but you can see the difference between correcting that redness to having that redness on full display. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more as well on top right here, not too much. And I'm gonna be just taking the product. I do also feel that using your fingers kind of really warms up the product. So that's a nice thing. You can see it right there. I'm gonna take a brush to further blend the top of the face. And even right here, you can see, let me see if I can put my hair up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Even at the top, you can see that it is lighter, but you can see the difference right there, right? Okay, so right off the gate, you see what I'm talking about? Like, it's just one of those things where it will not be like a perfect match to your complexion. Another thing to note that could be the reason why too is because this does contain sunscreen. So it does have that 25 SPF. So that could be another reason why it's picking up a little bit more like white casty and not more so a tone. But like I said, again, this isn't the Erborian skin tint, which does come in different shades and then turns from white into the color that you choose. This is just more so of a corrector. So for some people, yes, you can wear this alone and go do what you gotta do. Yesterday, I did wear this to the gym. Is it lighter than my complexion? A little bit, yes. I went in and warmed it up a little bit, but it just goes to show that for some, you could wear it by itself, or for some others, you may want to feel more comfortable using this under just in the areas where you have redness, and then going in with a foundation of your liking on top of that to really just match your complexion the best it can. So I'm gonna put a little bit more right here. Again, not taking a lot of product because with this, you do not need a lot. I would say too, if you do plan to use this product by itself, what I would suggest your best bet with this is to just make sure that less is more. Okay, you do not need a lot of this product to really get the job done for you. I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way, regardless of, you know, the videos you may see on TikTok and whatnot where people are taking a lot of the product. I mean, I even took a lot of product because I thought I could take a lot of product, and then when I was blending it, I was like, wait guys, no, this is a lot. And you guys also told me all my short content, like, that is a lot of product. Especially if you are more so medium to tan skin and deeper, the more you take, the more it's gonna be harder to blend out the color that you want it to be. But you can see right here, it does cover the redness, it does correct that redness. The redness doesn't look as obvious as it did before we applied it. Now, do you still see a little bit of the redness? Yes, a little bit of it, but for the most part, the redness on the skin is concealed. So that is a good thing. This worked well with my skincare as well, which I appreciate because like I mentioned yesterday, I didn't really focus too much on skincare because I was in a rush ready to get to the gym. So today I was like, you know what? Today I do have to make sure that I go in and I focus on the skin prep so that this isn't laying directly on top of my complexion. I think too, it can be a little confusing because the Erborian skin tints, the CC creams that are skin tinted, those are just so good and like you apply them and you're ready to go. But with this one, you definitely want to see what the best fit for you is, if it's wearing it on its own, if it's going in with a foundation or skin tint on top. This formula is lightweight enough where you can go in with a foundation or a skin tint on top of this and it's still going to perform and look beautiful. Okay, so I'm looking up close. Yes, I mean today with the skincare we used, it looks so pretty. You won't have an issue of this settling into your texture or any type of skin. Like, it will look nice. Now again, this is like you're putting like a tint over your face. Again, you can see that it definitely did a good job of covering the redness. Would I say it's like completely gone? No, but I definitely do think that for the most part, you can't really tell the redness is there. So we have that. If I were to leave it like this, it looks like I just have on sunscreen, honestly, like a mineral sunscreen that's tinted. But what do I want to do to make this a little better? You know what? I have an idea. So I'm going to go in with the concealer that I've been really enjoying. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer. This one is one of my favorites that has launched this year. 3 concealers I've tried out that are new this year, but this one has really taken the cake. This one I feel like is the closest to my complexion right now. So I think what I'm gonna do, just to make this look a little bit more like true to me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to spot conceal. I'm gonna apply concealer in certain areas of the face and kind of use it as like the neutralizer of this makeup so that it kind of all works for my favorite, and we can still keep this a wear test of the actual product and how it wears on the skin, but also use it in a way that I could see myself using something like this to color correct while still using like other products to really blend things out. So I'm blending out the under eyes. This should help a lot because it's not going to take away from the red corrector. If anything, it's just going to add more life to the face and create a like unity between the corrector and the concealer so that the face looks a little bit more my tone. The Charlotte Tilbury concealer that I'm taking is a shade 7.5 medium. I will say this shade isn't as brightening as I think shade 7 may have been, but honestly, I'm glad that I went for this because in situations like this, I can use this product and bam. Now I am gonna take a little bit of some powder because I have to set those under eyes. I wanted to include this so you bonitas could see like how we can make this work. And also please share down below how you like to use this because I did see a lot of you bonitas really like this product. And a lot of you bonitas told me, oh, use less. And in my review, in my short content that I did use less of it in the other cheek. But I definitely would love any input on ways that you really enjoy using this product that you feel work best for you. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going around the cheek area because even though this did cover a good amount of that redness, you can still see a little bit of that redness here, but we're gonna almost disguise that as if it's blush. You know, I'm gonna use that to my advantage in a way. People always tell me, oh, like your rosacea is like blush. And I'm like, yes, it is, but my rosacea is like all over my cheek. I don't apply my blush all over the cheek like that, but today I'm like, you know what? Let's, in the area where you can still see my redness, let's use that as blush. I'm gonna go in and blend on the nose where I went in and applied a little bit more, like so. Okay, I think that looks much better. Like I feel like now I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see the vision. It's kind of matching a little bit better because I went in with the concealer. And let's go ahead and blend. So this is the cool thing about makeup is there's so many ways to make it work. It's just about trial and error, which is why I was like, okay, now that I have some more developed thoughts on how I've tried this 2 times, I can go on camera and be like, okay, this is how it can work and this is how I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so we have that. You know, help bring a little bit of warmth back in. I went in with some bronzer. Today I'm just gonna take the Rare Beauty Soft Matte Bronzer. This one is in the shade Sunblaze. And I'm going to just add some warmth back into the skin. like so. Here you can see a little bit of that redness, but the what's it called, the CC cream did kind of correct that, so I'm just leaving that as is. And something else I'm noticing too, the concealer has a lot more pigment than the CC cream. But I'm not mad about it because the CC cream correct is meant to correct. It's not meant to give us super full coverage. It's not meant to be like necessarily makeup. Like, yes, you can use it with your makeup, and you know, some people can get away using it as their makeup, but if your complexion is deeper, then you have to, you know, make it work for you, whether that's going in how I did with some concealer, or going in and just using it under your foundation or skin tint. So I just wanted to add a little bit of warmth back in. And yeah, that kind of helps just add some more warmth back into the face without taking away too much from everything else going on. Because again, I feel like this is a product that you would use for every day, just casually, when you want to correct some redness, when, you know, before you go run errands or whatever it may be that you do. Now, you could also use this on a full glam day, just underneath your makeup, but there is ways to use this that could definitely work best for you. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Hair is done, makeup is done. I will have the details on the other products I use on the makeup, which you saw, but I'll have the thing linked down below in the description box. Also, don't forget there are little tags that pop up through the video as I am talking and showing you guys how these products wear. You'll see them. There'll be the different products that pop up. You can go ahead and check the products out there. Shop those tags that appear on the screen if you would like. It really helps out my channel to help continue grow and provide you with these amazing reviews, wear tests, and all things beauty. So I really appreciate if you do shop from them. If you don't, that's completely fine. I still absolutely appreciate you being here and watching these videos. So muchas gracias. But let's get into the Erborian CC Red Correct. Right now it is 8:57 in the morning. We're starting early today, and this is what we are looking like. So you can see what the combination between using this corrector and also using your own concealer to spot conceal to really kind of tie things together, especially if you feel like the red CC cream is too light for you, you're not liking how it works, but you also want to give it a shot because it does, you know, blend out and diffuse that redness. That is a good way for you to pair it. Now, this is one of those products that I truly believe it is trust the process type of product, because if you don't, you're gonna be like how I was on my short review. My very first impression was, no, you don't need this. Like, you do not need this if you are my complexion or deeper, because it's like a white cast. But now that I've used it, I've used much less product. Now that I've used it with other products that I would typically wear on the daily basis, as to when I would want to wear something like this, I do feel like it can work for you and not against you. That's why I like to do these in-depth reviews, to give you as much information on these products as possible before you go out and purchase them. Now, we're starting off the day, and I'm going to really be paying attention to how this performs on the skin for the entire day. Keep in mind, this does already have the sunscreen, so we don't have to worry about that for now, but you do want to retouch with your sunscreen through the day because it only has 25 SPF. And we're going to do an natural lighting clip, and then of course we'll do my final thoughts at the end of the day, at the end of my day, and I will let you know how this does, because I do think that this could work. Now, it's a little too early to tell still, because I really do want to see how it fully wears. So I'm gonna go carry on with the rest of the day, and I will see you bonitas later. So I wanted to bring you an natural lighting clip. I am in front of a window, and I want you to see. So this is where the concealer is, right? I left this area blank where we have the CC cream. You can see a little bit of the redness, and I did mention that it could be like almost like blush, but it's actually my rosacea, but it's not real blush. So again, you can see this area looks way more sheared out than what like a concealer foundation would do. Again, the CC cream isn't claiming to be makeup, just to correct the redness. So I just wanted to point that out and show you what that looks like and how this looks in natural light. Right now it is 10 in the morning. So this is how we are wearing right now. Okay, bonitas, I am back. So right now it is 5:35 p.m. We've worn this CC cream alongside with the Charlotte concealer todo el día, all day long, okay? And let's just go ahead and get into this because I have some thoughts. So overall, this is what the complexion looks like. I think for the person that would want to wear this by itself would be the more so very natural. You don't wear much makeup. You just want to minimize the appearance of that redness. You use this for every day and you have like medium to light skin. I think this could work well just on its own. Now, if you do have medium tan skin and deeper, you definitely want to pair this up with whether that's a concealer, whether that's a skin tint on top or a foundation on top. I just think that on its own, it's not going to be enough. Like you can see here, the areas where you can really see the product was placed was where the redness is. You're starting to see a little bit of the redness. Now, can you see it like extreme, like how when I first came on my redness? No, which is a good thing, but you can definitely see the redness pop up. Also in the nose area where I kind of had a little bit of that corrector, you can start to see some of the redness pop up. So I feel like this is a good concept. I do think that very little of this goes a long way. If you're curious about it but unsure about spending the full price, I would recommend getting the small size for $26 because you get to try it out first, see if it works for you. It has 0.5 ounces, but also a little bit of this goes a long way. So it's not like you're gonna need that much product anyway. You know, I think that one will last you for a few months before you need to repurchase. If that's the only part that you're going to be wearing by itself and you're really into this concept and you're very, very, very natural skin makeup wearer, I think you will enjoy this. And like I said, if you have more so of fair skin, I think you won't have to use anything else with it. Now, again, if you're somebody that is medium tan and deeper and you're somebody that does like to wear makeup, this is just going to be enough by itself. You're going to have to pair this with something. I do feel like with the concealer, this looks really, really good. Like I like it. I feel like, yes, there is the redness peeking through, but it looks like blush. It looks like blush, but I also feel like it's more so of a minimalistic makeup routine that I could follow for day to day instead of having to, you know, do a full foundation thing. Now, I do think that, again, it's like to each their own type of product. Like this is definitely going to be geared more towards a certain type of people that prefer that very natural look over maybe somebody that's more full glam. I do think that for the more full glam, medium to tan skin and deeper, you will want to go ahead and apply some other favorite makeup products to really kind of get this to work with your specific needs, if that makes sense. So that would be my opinion on this product. I will say, looking back on my footage as I'm editing, it didn't look horrible. Like it didn't look too far off, but definitely as I start to pick up more sun, this color is just gonna look like a white cast over my skin. It could just work as like sunscreen. I would have to say, in case you were wondering which one I prefer, this one over the Erborian skin tint that is tinted to actual colors, I would say that one over this. Now, I will still use this, especially when on those days where I feel like my redness is super intense and I want to apply something before applying concealer or foundation or skin tint. I think that would be a great way to use it, but by itself completely, I don't see myself using it by itself completely. So I hope that this video was super helpful if you are looking to invest in this product or you're looking for ways to use this product. I hope that this really did help. Let me know down below if you've tried this Erborian CC Red Correct. How do you use it? What are your thoughts? Would you recommend it? And let's go ahead and start a conversation. I love interacting con mis bonitas. You guys are the best, and we always have the best conversations about all things beauty. So muchas gracias. Also, please, bonitas, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. That really helps me out. It helps continue growing this channel so that I can bring you more amazing, incredible content. And again, everything will be linked down below in the description box as well as on screen through the tags where you can check the things out that you are interested in and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós, bonitas.